Hi, this is Mariano from MFabric. In this demo, we will see how to create a dashboard like this one I have running here, using a feature from VerneMQ called MQTT Websockets. This is a protocol specification that allows us to consume MQTT topics straight from an MQTT broker from the web browser using WebSockets. And in this case, VerneMQ supports this, and MFabric has a plugin for it, so we can consume the events straight from the broker without having to do some intermediate integration like using MFabric Connect or writing a script for ourselves. So we will build this. The first step will be to go to vernemq.com and download VerneMQ. Here you have packages, or you can build it from source. The next step will be to create a user. You just use the vmq password command to create a user and set a password. And then open the configuration file and add a line like this. In my case, I'm using the port 1884 for WebSockets listener. And then you start VerneMQ, and you have everything set up. Then the next step, here you have a link. If you follow it, it's a gist in GitHub where it explains you. It has a configuration file you can download and a small Python script that will read this configuration file and generate sensor data and send it to VerneMQ. This script is a Python 3 script, so you need Python 3 installed and the PAHO MQTT library, which you can install with pip3 install PAHO MQTT. Then you run it like this. I already have it running, and it will generate data, random data from the sensors configured on the config file. And if you load this dashboard, which will be available on the MFabric templates, you will have a dashboard already running. In this case, we have a line chart displaying the sensor information as it comes from the 5 sensors I configured. Then a new sticker showing the latest sensor reading for each sensor and changing the color and an icon according to the range of temperature. A table where we can see each sensor sorted by ID in this case, and the last value and the last update date and time. And since these sensors have a position, we use image map to display them on a plant map. And the icon represents the range of temperature. And if we click on the icon, we get what sensor it is, what type of sensor is, and the reading it got when we clicked. So let's see how we build this. First, if you were to create this by hand, you need to load the MQTT plugin, which provides you with a new source. If you drag and click settings, you have an MQTT source here. We can see what it does. You say the hostname where the MQTT broker is running, the topic, the quality of service, you can leave it as default, the port, client ID, it will generate one for you if you don't want to write one. If the connection is secure, in this case not, and the username and password in case you are using authentication. In this case, we already have the source configured here. We can see the data that's being generated is a string because MQTT doesn't specify a data type for the payload. So what we will initially do is parse the value as JSON and set it on value again. So now we have the data as data actually. And then we create a table, a chart, a plant map, a new sticker, which you can see other videos on how to do this because I've explained it already. And the only new thing is I create a source of the selected type, selection event. And then since more than one kind of widget here can generate selection events, for example, if I click here in the table or in the new sticker, but I put a filter to filter only the selection events that come from image map. And then I just simply ask the widget to show itself because this is a pop-up widget, what we call pop-up widgets, that you can click here. So it will only display when it receives an event with the field show set to true. And on the details pop-up, it's the template widget. We say the title will be event.value, the description will have a font size and we will center it. And then the sensor will have the value will be event.value.id, type and value. So when we click it, we will receive it. If it comes from the image map, we will let it go through. We will set show to true, and in the details pop-up will receive it. So we will get it here. That's all. It's a more complex demo than usual if you want to reproduce it yourself, but it shows how easy it is to get data straight from sensors to an Event Fabric dashboard without any intermediate integration using a feature from VerneMQ called MQTT over Websockets. So if you liked it, just go to Event Fabric, create the template that will be available tomorrow, and set up VerneMQ on your computers to play with it, and even you can send the real sensor data instead of this generated script. But this should make it easy for you to play even if you don't have sensors to send information. So if you have any feedback, just follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or comment on YouTube, and I hope you liked it. Bye.